All right, you guys, I'm back. So I guess the first story I'm going to talk about, man, is my experiences while in the army, man. Because my experiences while doing 12 years in the army have changed the way I outlook and the way I see things. You know, my bad for not looking in the camera, but I'm a quadriplegic and it's easier for me to look up than it is for me to look at you guys. So my bad for that. But yeah, like I plan on telling you guys like all the things I went through in the army, and then I'll tell you guys the stuff that I went through and my family went through as kids, and why I think that I'm a walking testimony and a divine intervention is true in my opinion. Um, I can start off with me joining the army. You know, I joined the army in uh, 2010 when I was in 11th grade. You know, I always knew I wanted to join the army, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna join. You know, in 11th grade, I joined, and when I graduated high school, I uh, I went straight to the army like literally a week later. Literally a week, I'm sorry, not a week later. Literally like a couple weeks later, I was out in the army. So once I went out and joined the army and went to Fort Benning, Georgia for my basic training because I'm 11 Bravo, which is the only good MOS in the army. Um, I got to my unit, which is El Paso. It was Fort Bliss, El Paso, man. And I remember talking to my drill sergeant, and one thing I asked him was like, "Hey, drill sergeant, do you know anything about Fort Bliss?" And he said, "Take a picture, image of a human body." I was like, "Okay." And he said, "Go all the way down till you get to the asshole." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "That's Fort Bliss." And I was like, what the fuck? What did he mean by that? What did this old crusty ass drill sergeant mean by that? But then I got to Fort Bliss and I realized that this is the fucking asshole of the army. Like it literally, you look like you're in Iraq when you go to El Paso when you get to Fort Bliss. Uh, the first thing I did when I got there, man, is I went to Church's Chicken and I pulled up and yeah, I was trying to order and the lady couldn't speak English. So I'm sitting here talking in broken Spanish as much as I can. Let me get a uno to get some food. And I was like, what in the hell did I get myself into? And then I went to these safety briefs and whatnot when I first joined. And like the crazy thing was is that like they were talking about how the cartel was bad here and all El Paso is the safest city in America, but Juarez is the most dangerous city in the world right next border. I'm like, how in the fuck does that happen? And it wasn't until later I realized that it's corrupt, man. It's corrupt. The cartel were running the government in El Paso and keeping things smooth because that's where the drugs were coming through. So they kept giving us safety briefs like that, man. And then I remember, uh, I remember one day it was a big sandstorm, man, and the sand was coming from Mexico, from Juarez to straight to El Paso. And when the sand came, man, it was like just funk, just this smell just hit the tip of your nose, and your nose just curl up. And you can't do nothing about it, man. And I was like, this is insane that this is right next to 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 America. This is a third world city right next to America, man. So that was a pretty crazy experience, man. And that was just the gist of me joining and getting to El Paso and understand that it's the asshole of the army. But more what I was getting back to, man, is so I was only there for like a year before I got I got orders to go to Afghanistan, man. So I was 18 at the time when I got orders to go to Afghanistan for like a year later. So we were training and training throughout this whole year to get ready for this deployment to Afghanistan. And we get this new Sergeant Major Kendall. And man, this guy was crazy. And he volunteered for us to go to the most dangerous part of Afghanistan, which is RC South, Kandahar, Zari district, man. And that on another level had me scared to my death. And that's when I found religion real bad, man. That's when cause the most bravest thing a soldier or a military man can do is getting on that plane, taking that last foot off of that ground and touching that plane, and not knowing if you're gonna be able to touch your feet back on that American soil when you get back. That's the bravest thing if you ask me about being in the military. But yeah, so I ended up, getting on this plane, making my way to Afghanistan, funny stories. I'm gonna be jumping back and forth. I got funny stories for days. Like when we first got to Afghanistan, well, got to to the country over there, we went to Manis, which is in like Kyrgyzstan or something like that. And you gotta think, we're from El Paso, where it's like 80 degrees. It's like 80 degrees during the summertime, 90 degrees, 100 degrees summertime. Then in wintertime, it's like 70 degrees and drops down to like 40 degrees. So we're, you know what I mean? So we're still packing warm weather clothes up top on our rucksacks. Man, we get out this damn plane and it was a damn blizzard. A damn blizzard. I'm sitting here like, what in the hell? And the old first, sergeants and whatnot, they're sitting there laughing because they knew this shit was coming. So now here we go, all the privates running in the middle of this blizzard with a bunch of summer uniforms on, trying to get our rucksacks, man. And that was the craziest thing. I'm talking snow-capped mountains. I'm talking about you can't see the snow in front of your face, man. It was that crazy. But but that's just the tip of this very large iceberg of the stuff that I plan on talking about on this channel, man. But me being a quadriplegic, it's gonna take time for me to make these videos and to get these videos out, man. But you guys stay tuned because these are the type of stories I'm gonna be talking about. And you guys react to this video. Let me know if I should keep going or not. Appreciate you guys' support. Bye.